Medio Pollito, the little half-chick. Once upon a time, there was a pretty black Spanish hen. Now this hen had 13 baby chicks. They were all fine, plump little birds, except one. The youngest chick was quite unlike his brothers and sisters. Indeed, he was a strange, odd-looking creature. His mother could scarcely believe her eyes. When he first chipped his way out of the shell, he was so different from the other 12 other fluffy little chicks that nestled under her wings. This one looked as if he had been cut in half. He had only one leg, one wing, one eye. He had just half a head, half a beak, so his mother named him Medio Pollito. In Spanish, that means half chick. His mother shook her head as she looked at Medio Pollito. She said, "My youngest born is only a half chick. He can never go out into the world with his brothers and sisters. This poor little fellow must always stay home with his mother." Medio Pollito looked like an odd, helpless little thing, but his mother soon found that he was not at all willing to remain under her wing and protection. His brothers and sisters were all good, obedient chicks. When their mother clucked at them, those 12 chicks chirped and ran to her side. But not Medio Pollito. He pretended that he did not hear her clucks. He hopped away on his one leg to do just as he pleased. As Medio Pollito grew older, he became more stubborn and disobedient. He was often rude to his mother and disagreeable to the other chickens. One day, he had been out roving longer than usual in the fields. On his return, he strutted up to his mother with the peculiar little hop and kick that was his way of walking. Medio Pollito looked at his mother in a bold way with his one eye and said, "Mother, I am tired of this life in a dull farmyard, with nothing but a dreary field of corn to look at. I'm off to Madrid to see the king." "To Madrid? Medio Pollito," exclaimed his mother. "Why, you silly little chick. It would be a long journey for a grown-up rooster. A poor little thing like you would be tired out before you'd gone half the distance. No, you stay at home with your mother. Someday, when you are bigger, we might make the journey together." But Medio Pollito had made up his mind. He would not listen to his mother's advice, nor to the pleadings of his brothers and sisters. "What is the use of our crowding each other in this poky little place?" he asked. "When I have a fine courtyard of my own at the king's palace, I might ask some of you to come and pay me a short visit." Then, scarcely waiting to say goodbye to his family, away he hopped down the high road that led to Madrid. His mother ran after him, calling out, "Be sure that you are kind and polite to everyone you meet." But he was in such a hurry to be off that he did not wait to answer her. He did not even look back. A little later, as he was taking a shortcut through a field, he passed a stream. The stream was choked and overgrown with weeds, so its waters could not flow freely. "Oh, Medio Pollito," it cried out, as the half-chick hopped along its banks. "Do come and help me by clearing away these weeds." "Ugh, help you indeed," exclaimed Medio Pollito. He tossed his head and shook the few feathers in his tail. "Do you think I have nothing to do but waste my time? Help yourself, and don't bother busy travelers. I'm off to Madrid to see the king." Then away went Medio Pollito, hoppity-kick, hoppity-kick. A little later, he came to a fire that had been left burning by some travelers in a wood. It was burning very low and would soon be out. "Oh, Medio Pollito!" cried the fire in a weak, wavering voice as the half-chick approached. "In a few minutes I shall go quite out unless you put some sticks and dry leaves on me. Do help me, or I shall die." "Ugh, help you indeed," answered Medio Pollito. "I have other things to do. Gather sticks for yourself and don't trouble me. I am off to Madrid to see the king." Then away he went, hoppity-kick, hoppity-kick. The next morning, as he was getting near Madrid, he passed a large chestnut tree. There the wind was caught and entangled in the tree branches. "Oh, Medio Pollito!" called the wind. "Please climb up here and help me get free of these branches. I cannot get away and it's so uncomfortable." "It's quite your own fault for going there," answered Medio Pollito. "I can't waste all morning stopping here to help you. Just shake yourself off and don't bother me, for I'm off to Madrid to see the king." Then hoppity-kick, hoppity-kick, away went Medio Pollito in great glee, for the towers and roofs of Madrid were now in sight. When he entered the town, he saw before him a great splendid house, with soldiers standing before the gates. He knew that this house must be the king's palace, and he was determined to hop up to the front gate and wait there until the king came out. But as soon as he was hopping past one of the back windows, the king's cook saw him. "Oh, here's the very thing I want!" the cook exclaimed, "for the king has just sent a message to say that he must have chicken broth for his dinner." The cook opened the window, stretched out his arm, and caught Medio Pollito and popped him into the soup pot that was standing near the fire. Oh, how wet and clammy the water felt as it went over Medio Pollito's head. The water made his feathers so wet, and they clung to his side. "Water, water," cried the half-chick, "have pity upon me. Do not soak me like this." "Ah, Medio Pollito," replied the water, "you would not help me when I was a little stream away on the fields. Now you must be punished." Then the fire began to burn Medio Pollito. He danced and hopped from one side of the pot to the other, trying to get away from the heat. At last he cried out, "Fire! Fire! Do not burn me like this. It hurts." "Ah, Medio Pollito," answered the fire, "you would not help me when I was dying away in the wood. Now you are being punished." Medio Pollito thought that he could not stand the burning pain any longer. Then the cook lifted up the lid of the pot to see if the broth was ready for the king's dinner. "Look here," he cried in horror, "this chicken is quite useless. It's burnt to a crisp. I can't send it up to the royal table." So the cook opened the window and threw Medio Pollito out onto the street. But the wind caught up the half-chick and whirled him through the air so quickly that he could scarcely breathe. Medio Pollito's heart beat against his side until he thought he would break. "Oh, wind," he gasped out, "if you hurry me along like this, you will kill me. Do let me rest a moment," or he was so breathless that he couldn't finish his sentence. "Medio Pollito," replied the wind, "when I was caught in the branches of the chestnut tree, you would not help me. Now you are being punished." The wind swirled Medio Pollito over the roofs of the houses till they reached the highest church in town. There the wind left the half-chick fastened to the top of the steeple, And there stands Medio Pollito to this day. If you go to Madrid and walk through the streets till you come to the highest church, you will see the little half-chick. He is perched on his one leg on the steeple. His one wing droops at his side, and he is gazing sadly out of his one eye over the town. Thank you so much for watching and listening today. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and if you subscribe, you'll never miss another story. Thanks for watching. Bye.